Hey, what's up, guys? Eyes Open in California here. So today is Saturday, February 24th, 2024. And I got to keep looking at my calendar because I work nights and I don't I don't sleep very much and like every day is well, I'm losing track of time over here. But anyways, this is what God has me doing. So I'm on the path I'm supposed to be on. I just very sleep deprived at this point in time. But anyways, so I've God showed me something a few months ago. And I woke up and I made a video about it, and then I left it private, and I never shared it publicly. And I never shared it publicly because I thought the possibility existed that God was just telling me this, like this was for me. This was a gem, so that I understand some of the things that I had been experiencing. Um, but as it turns out, it's not just for me. So ever since God showed me this, I have been explaining this concept to people off and on for the last couple of months. And then yesterday I was explaining this to somebody specifically. They basically walked up to me and they said, "Hey, does it seem like do you ever feel like people just gang up on you for no reason? They just give you a whole bunch of attitude for no reason? Like they're just always against you. The whole clique is just always against you." And I said, "Yeah, that's I mean, basically that's the story of my life." But I told him, God actually showed me the reason why this happens, and you're not tripping. Like you are perceiving the truth. What you are feeling is the truth. And I'll explain this concept to you. And he goes, okay. And so I explain the concept to him. And it comes from this dream that I'm about to share with you. So in this dream, this is the dream I had a few months ago. I'm walking down this dark hallway, and I'm at the end of the hallway, there's a door, and I can see light under the door jamb. So I knew that there was something going on up in there. And I could hear forks and spoons and knives like clamoring on dishware. You know, like when people are feasting or whatever, you can hear the noise. And I could hear laughing and music and people joking and carrying on. And as I'm getting closer, I'm realizing there's a lot of people in this room. So I walk in this room, and immediately when I walked in, it's like the music stopped and people are looking at me, and I can tell by their body language. Their body language is in case you don't know, when it comes to communication, body language tells you 55% of what somebody's thinking. So I walked in and immediately I'm like, wow, all right, I don't really know how this is going to go down. So I sat down at the table, and this table is a long rectangular table, like it's long that way and it's long that way. And from where I'm sitting to across the dude on the other side is like 5 or 6 feet. But there's all kinds of people all around. And he starts giving me a ration of crap for no reason. I said, I just got here. Why are you being so rude to me? I've done nothing to you. I've said nothing. Just sat at the table. And he's going on and on and on. And then the people started like migrating towards him, and they're folding their arms and wagging their head at me like they didn't like me. And that's basically the way it always goes, but I don't care. But anyways, in the dream I said these words. These words came out of my mouth. I said, "Why are you being so mean to me?" And then he was like, "Oh, mean." And then they started like just ragging on me. And in my dream, I felt the pressure change. If you ever been in like jumped, um, you know, you know when something's about to go down. You can feel the pressure change. You're like, all right, well, it's time to start dancing. Let's go. Um, but that's the feeling I started getting. And then I heard someone like they were speaking directly into my ear, but they were nowhere that I could see them, but they were speaking directly into my ear. And these are the words that were spoken into my ear. Was this: their demons must manifest themselves in your presence. And then I woke up. And when I woke up, I was like, their demons have to manifest, or their demons must manifest themselves in my presence. I'm like, well, that makes sense because like it seems like no matter where I go, um, that always happens. So that's what I explained to this gentleman yesterday. I said their demons must manifest themselves in your presence. They have to. They have no choice. Like in this matrix that God created, in the coding of this matrix is exactly that. Those demons, they cannot hide themselves from God's people. And he was like, well, that makes sense. And I told him, I said, those people don't, like people don't realize that they're full of demons. And to be quite honest with you, the church, many of them, the majority of them, full of demons. They just don't know it. Those demons, they can see the spirit that's in one of God's true people, one of God's true children. Those demons can see the spirit that's in someone else. So if you truly have the Holy Spirit, if you're truly walking and you truly are walking in the spirit, those demons that are in people, they're going to take offense to being able to see the spirit that's in you because they like their darkness. The darkness doesn't want the light anywhere around them. And this is what I explained to this gentleman yesterday. I said, their demons have to manifest themselves in your presence. They have to. It's the rules. It's the rules that govern this matrix. That's the way God coded the coding for the matrix. That's what's going on. And it was like, wow, that makes sense. And then I told him this. I told him the story from Matthew 8. So I'm going to read this right now. Hold on a second. I can't. I'm getting to the point where I can't hardly see nothing anymore. Let's see here. Oh, that's why these are the wrong ones. These ones. There we go. All right. Okay, so this is we're going to go down to Matthew 8, and I'm going to read from verse 28 down to verse 34. And then I'm gonna tell you the point of this. Okay, Jesus casts out demons. Matthew chapter 8, verse 28. And when he was come to the other side into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them, and herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, if thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said unto them, go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine. And behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters. And they that kept them fled, and went their ways into the city, and told everything, and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. So I want to bring this to your attention. When Jesus went to the other side of the sea, right, into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him, the people that were legion. They called them, they had legion, whatever. They had like many, 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 many demons. But they cried out to him. He wasn't standing right next to them. He was approaching from a distance, just getting to the shore, and they are already manifesting themselves and announcing their presence from a distance. What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? That's they had to manifest themselves in his presence. They couldn't they couldn't remain hidden because that's just the way the matrix is coded. So if hold on one second. Let me get this over here. I got two screens over here. That's that one. There's this one. Okay. So this is exactly what's happening. If you find yourself being like you feel, for lack of a better term, discriminated against, if you feel yourself like always being discriminated against, how come I can't say that word right now? Anyways, but If you're always being discriminated against and you always feels like everybody's always against you, and even if a new person comes into the room, they always side with them, just know this. Those are cackling hyenas. Those people are filled up with demons, and those demons, they congregate together. You mess with one bean, you mess with the whole burrito. That's the way it goes with demons, right? And they'll get their buddies and they'll have a little demon party. That's the way it is. But those demons, they know what they're looking at. If you are truly a child of God, those demons know exactly what they're looking at when they look at you. They're looking at the light. They're looking at the light of God. God sends the light into the place of darkness, and that darkness doesn't want to see the light. Those demons, they hate the light. Your presence offends them because they know the message. They know that when those people start liking you, that you're going to start changing them into a different version of themselves that the demons don't want no part of. So what they do is they try to repel you. They try to keep you away from them. And this is basically the way it goes. This is what I explained to this gentleman yesterday. I said, their demons must manifest themselves in your presence. They must. They can't remain hidden. You're not going to be blindsided by a demon. You're going to see it coming. It's got to manifest itself to you like the minute it sees you. It just has to. It's the rules. I don't make the rules. God made the rules. But anyways, that's what's going on. So if you find yourself being discriminated against, that's what's happening. Their demons are taking offense of the spirit that is within you. So he told me, he said, how long has this been happening? I said, dude, this has been happening to me since forever. I really can't imagine anything other than this at this point in time. It's just the way it always is. And he goes, so does it bother you? And I said, no, it doesn't bother me anymore. Um, because when God explained this to me, it made perfect sense. So now I'll just tell you like this. I'll just give you one more kind of like an example of this. Imagine this world is full of lions and hyenas. The hyenas, there's way more of them than there are lions. But the lions, they walk on by and they don't even really pay too much attention to the hyenas, right? The lions stick to themselves for a reason. If you're a lion, stick with the lions. And don't even look back at the hyenas. It's like, who cares? They're going to get their reward. They're going to be rewarded according to their works. Everybody is. And that's actually a threat, by the way. People are going to be rewarded according to their works. It's a threat. There's only one reward for doing the right thing, and that's getting into the kingdom of heaven. That's it. That is your reward. But the other people, they're going to be rewarded according to their works. But don't get too involved with the cackling hyenas unless you're willing to become a hyena yourself. But if you're a lion, remain a lion. And if you find yourself walking by yourself, then walk by yourself. But you're never truly by yourself. God walks with you. So, anyways, I just wanted to make this video and throw it out there. Their demons must manifest themselves in your presence. They must. It's the rules. It's the rules to the matrix. So if you always seem like people are always like whispering and murmuring against you, it's because their demons must manifest themselves in your presence, and they all stick together. That's the way demons roll. They all stick together, one corrupting the next. They're like crabs in a bucket. The minute one crab almost makes it out, another crab will reach up and grab him with the pincher and pull him back down into the bucket. That's how the demons are. It's but once somebody is free, once the truth sets them free, they're free indeed. And so I just wanted to come on here and just tell you this, that if you find yourself being discriminated against by everybody, then good. That means you don't fit in. That means you're not one of the hyenas. It means you're a lion, and those demons know it. And now I want you to know it. So anyways, this Eyes Open in California, that was the video that the message I wanted to convey to you. So I've been having a lot of dreams here lately, and they're more geared towards like me personally, things that I am supposed to be doing, like my individual journey. And so I'm not really sharing too much of that, But I think for the most part, I'm just on cruise control. God is like just letting me deal with this part of my life. Got this night job. I work in a warehouse. I'm a delivery driver. So I either drive a big rig or I drive a 26-foot box truck, or I'm in the warehouse all night loading and unloading trucks and moving freight. I do whatever they tell me to do. And it's a good job. I like it. Um, and for right now, this is where God has me, and God has not given me any other orders to deviate from what I'm doing. So this 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 is my current mission until till the next one, until this one's accomplished and the next one begins. But the next one's going to be pretty awesome. But anyways, I don't get that much sleep, so here anymore, my schedule always changes too. But I basically close my eyes and I open them like 4 hours later, and it's time to get up and do it all over again. Um, but God shows me things in between here and there to keep me on the path. But anyways, that's why you haven't seen me very much, and I'm not one for staying relevant. I don't need to make a daily video about a daily word that nobody gave you. That just drives me nuts. God doesn't speak to people like that. Like that, the whole daily word thing, like you need to stay away from those people. Um, but anyways, this is Eyes Open in California. Thank you. God bless you. And I hope that if you feel like people are always ganging up on you, now you know why. It's because you belong to God and they do not. And their demons must manifest themselves in your presence. So good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning. See you later.